You start pressing buttons until one of them finally opens the doors. You can't do anything on the bottom. The Scrub-O-Matic is happily going about its duties. Be careful, those things don't take kindly to people messing up the floors they are cleaning. It looks like too bad. A red light in, as Spock would say. This poster seems to be an advertisement for an unreleased holographic game. A rather comfortable-looking hammock has been erected here. It's Candy Yams, the Smarch pin-up girl. Apparently, she's had a monkey girl head digitally edited over her body. It took a long time for you to notice. Trying to rub the fabric only causes it to rock back and forth. It's made of some kind of high-friction material, likely to make the hammock more difficult to fall out of. You grab the wastebasket. Aren't you amazed by how much stuff an adventure game hero can carry? You've just got to know how to pack. On the desk, you see an irrelevant blank datapad, a plot-significant note, and a pointless cup full of thought transmission styluses. You're not sure it's... The rug feels toasty warm. It tempts you to lay upon it and gain reprieve from the biting cold that plagues the rest of this base. You fondle the poster for a while, but apparently it's a self-aware poster and it zaps you. It reads 3 banana. That makes no sense to you. Great idea. You add the paper to the basket. Good work. The force field has been powered down. This is the most disgusting creature you have ever seen. It looks really mean. It's a man. A very scary man. The creature says nothing to you. You wonder if it even speaks intergalactic.
Hi, I'm Roger Wilco. Why are you locked up?
Ah, Roger. So nice to see you.
The man just looks at you and licks his lips. Aha! You know a janitorial closet when you smell one. Almost at once, you sense an emptiness, a melancholy longing. You begin to feel homesick. It's quite dark in here. You do notice a plunger, however, which you take. Oh no, one of the cells is opening. Who knows what unspeakable horrors wait behind those steel bars? A barrier springs up before you. Another barrier stands in your way. You feel the floor shift below you. It's moving to the left. Using formerly uncharacteristic creativity, you apply the suction cup-like plunger to the smooth metal finish and hang on for dear life. Once a janitor, always a janitor. You release your grip and drop back down. You look for a good place to put your basket down. Every basket needs to be in a good place. While receiving a nice hosing yourself, the basket fire is extinguished. Seconds later, a loud series of pops followed by the smell of fried electronics. The sprinklers sense accomplishment and cease operations. Your fire and subsequent shower seems to have shorted out the burnished bullies. You have just entered Vohaul's secret chamber. The evil one himself is seated before a large console high on a platform in the center of the room. Standing obliviously ready are many of the dreaded salesman clones.
So, Roger Wilco, we meet again. I must say, I'm quite impressed with your resourcefulness and tenacity. I'd love to chat, but I'm busy preparing the last of my salesman clones for their trip to Xenon. Feel free to stick around and observe the downfall of your civilization. Going somewhere?
Give it up, Vohaul. It ends here.
Never. I will not be defeated by a janitor. I have a small surprise for you, Wilco.
You feel a beam of light emitting from the unit in the ceiling. In a matter of seconds, you are broken down into microparticles and extracted from the air. Again, the beam strikes, this time blasting into a glass jar on the console. It is there that you are reconstructed in a miniaturized form.
Well, I'll be darned. My miniaturization beam does work. In the old days, I'd test these things on myself. But, as you may have noticed by my appearance, being my own guinea pig has had its disadvantages. I guess this will keep you out of my way once and for all. You'll make a nice conversation piece.
With that, Vohaul turns away to put finishing touches on Xenon's fate. The newly cut pane of glass falls to the counter. Apparently, Vohaul doesn't notice. You wiggle your slim carcass through the vent. Way to go, Roger! You've just disconnected Vohaul's life support system. He's a goner without it. You can see Vohaul struggling to take his last few breaths.
Not you again. You think you have won, but all you've done is to seal your own fate.
He reaches up and flips a switch before dropping to the floor dead. Type the action you would like to perform, press enter when finished. You are once again reconstituted, this time to the correct size. You notice that the clones are gone. An examination of his repulsively turgid fabric-encased mass reveals nothing other than the tubes which supplied him oxygen. You do notice the letters SHSR written in pen on the back of his left hand. There's a lot of information on the screen. Oh no! The asteroid is in a decaying orbit, and the insurance salesmen are about to be launched.
Maybe the letters from Vohaul's hand will help.
You type in the code SHSR. It worked! The launch of the salesman has been aborted.
Thank you for pushing the self-destruct mechanism. This ship will self-destruct in exactly 5 minutes.
open the box and, noticing an oxygen mask, remove it and close the box. A section of the glass tubing has fractured from combined stress. The pressurized atmosphere rushes for the relative vacuum of space. Fortunately, wearing the mask protects you from suffocation. No longer needing the mask, you remove it and stow it for later use.
Self-destruct will commence in 4 minutes.
There is a self-destruct override button on this control panel. The sign below it reads, "Out of order." It's ape's fur. Some poor creature must have gotten sucked out before it closed.
The self-destruct will commence in 3 minutes.
The robot has apparently decided that it is permissible for you to be here. You hit the big red button marked Escape. Warning, emergency escape vehicle launch sequence has begun. Phew! You're going to have to stop cutting these escapes so close, Roger. Well, you must feel pretty good right now. You've stopped Vohaul from carrying out his threat of salesman infestation, ultimately destroying the twisted scientist himself. You also managed to save your own skin. And just look at that score. Pretty darned impressive. Suddenly, a warning signal draws your attention to the front oxygen meter. It reads low and dropping fast. This is just great. You knew it was too good to be true. You have maybe 5 minutes of air left. Well, Roger, it was nice knowing you. You slide down the plexiglass cover. You make the split-second decision to enter the sleep chamber. It seals automatically. Soon you are overcome by a pleasant drowsiness. This is certainly better than suffocating. You begin to drift away into a deep sleep. With the satisfaction you have accomplished your task. You've come through in the clutch and you deserve a nice long rest. Now, if someone would just pick you up somewhere along the way. So long, Roger Wilco, and thanks again for saving your people.
1, 2, 3, 4. Blazing along through the sky, got a little clean up by my side. Mopping up the floors, baby, keeping it clean. I'm a space janitor, don't you know what I mean? Take a little bit, gonna get some more. Then you see me, honey, moving out the door. Got my broom, baby, gonna sweep you up. I'm a space janitor, can you keep it up? Cruising across the galaxy, leaning over windows so people can see. Got to take a nap now, got to take a nap now. Get a little sleep before we stop to leave. Wiping down tables, gonna fix that mess. Everybody knows that I'm the best. Gotta get a squishy, gotta get a squishy. Cleaning up the loop before we blazing along through the sky. Got a little clean up by my side. Mopping up the floors, baby, keeping it clean. I'm a space janitor, don't you know what I mean? Take a little bit, I'm gonna get some more. Then I see you, honey, moving out the door. And got my broom, baby, gonna sweep you up. I'm a space janitor, can you keep it up? Cruising across the galaxy, cleaning all the windows so people can see. Got to take a nap now, got to take a nap now. Get a little sleep before we stop to leave. Wiping down tables, gotta fix that mess. Everybody knows that I'm the best. Gotta get a squishy, gotta get a squishy.